thumbnail.
Yeah, same here. I just see you roaming around. You're like right there. Oh, you got a bow.
Yeah, I'm an elf. I always pick the elf.
Does it show my level?
I don't know yet.
Oh, it's above. It shows in my top, in the top right on your screen. No, top left.
Oh wow, I see you're level 19. Now, everyone, we have rebranded the podcast on my end. Podcast, the Mad Kioma's Discord. And I hope you look at, and below it says, look, you must hear of Hanzo the Razor.
I swear, I'm gonna play a fucking. I will play that one long review of Hanzo the Razor just to get on your nerves.
And from now on, basically, Hanzo the Razor. I will have different thumbnails like that from now on. Thanks, John, for showing me that program. I'm gonna spam the shit out of that.
It's criminal.
I'm a criminal.
So now I even gotta figure out what the fuck we're supposed to do. Oh yeah, get the journal. Because I forgot where I left off, because you're in my world. But I don't pay too much on it, so...
Really? I'm still wearing the...
I wasn't doing main missions anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, like I said, it's like chaos. It's like the other game, where you can just...
Alright, take me with you.
So hold on, I gotta share the podcast first. Where we gotta go. I'm gonna, trust me, I'm gonna get it so... Because first I gotta play that. I'm gonna play that one thing that I should have did earlier, which would have helped so much with the context of what was going on.
Oh yeah, I'll put a link in here, and then I might put one in Jake's Discord. What do you think?
Yeah, go ahead.
Because I'm as bad as a fruitcake.
You've lost it.
Oh, I've lost it a long time ago. Long ago. In a galaxy far, far away.
Okay, now to kick this off, your ear is probably going to be highly offended once this commercial finishes.
Okay, let me know. We're talking about Vietnamese, Wow Man, and anything controversial that happened this week.
Oh yeah.
That is why.
So, it's to continue earlier. The video says white Vietnam vets are not victims.
Okay. Now I'm slightly offended. Are you ready?
Alright, so I came across something over on Twitter. Go figure. That was absolutely ignorant, and I felt the need to make a video about this.
Let's go.
There's not many things that I see online that, like, legitimately kind of get to me and make me feel some type of way, but seeing blatant disrespect and stupidity like this, especially when unwarranted, just for some reason, it just doesn't sit right with me, man. Maybe because I actually have a conscience, you know, maybe because, you know, my moral compass isn't completely destroyed. But today we're going to be taking a look at, when I mean it when I say this, maybe the dumbest article I have ever seen in my life. This is insanely disrespectful. It's just factually flawed from the jump. It's very biased, obviously. And really all this does is throw a bunch of stupidity out for the sake of throwing stupidity out. Now, before I go any further into
I
the video,
don't think it lets me.
and say that starting with today's video, I'm branching out Optimus Helps, which is like a charitable thing, even more. And I'm starting a branch of it for veterans. You will see this alongside this video. It's called Help Heal Veterans, hashtag Optimus Helps. The goal is $10,000 by the end of the year, just like all the other charities I've been working with. Coincidentally, this video is going to be going on the Memorial Day weekend, so I think as a way of just showing thank you to veterans and for people willing to step into these situations, into these conflicts and stuff on behalf of everybody else, like myself, who just don't want to do anything like that. I would genuinely appreciate it if you donated even the, like, minimal amount. I mean, it's a wonderful cause, and at the end of the day, it actually can make a difference in the world, so that will be alongside this video. But so the title of this article is The White Men Who Wanted to Be Victims. Times, and it says here, from the Vietnam War to the present, how aggrieved men cast themselves as a discriminated against minority. People are saying that this picture has Tom Cruise in it. I can't really confirm or deny. I mean, I guess I can see the resemblance. I'm not sure if this is from some movie and I just am not recognizing it, but lots of people are talking about this and bringing this up. I don't know why, if this is Tom Cruise, that this was put there. I'm not sure. I couldn't tell you. When you read the blatant fucking ignorance that's about to come next, I mean, you've already seen some of it. You'll understand. So, the article is already making a very strong point, right? And I just want to go ahead and say, you know, I know that it's kind of cool on social media to just be like, oh, white people, you know, oh, look at these white people, right? You know, these Vietnam veterans, you think they're victims or something, man? Like, they're white, man. It's stupid. I don't really see what it's accomplishing, you know what I'm saying? I don't see how it's doing anything to benefit really anybody. I don't see any racial issues being fixed by this kind of divisive rhetoric. Like, making articles like this just immediately fixed the racial problems that have existed in America for literally centuries at this point. I'm not sure what these people think they're doing to benefit society with this, but they're not doing shit. And I think that we're about to figure out, well, really what they're actually doing. So realistically, this video is going to be kind of hinged around just simply this screenshot here. The United States withdrew in defeat from Vietnam in 1975, a fraught moment as well for the American political economy, coinciding with the landmark civil rights and feminist uprisings that convulsed the country as many American soldiers served overseas. Returning Vietnam vets mimicked the rhetoric and strategies of the era's homegrown protest movements while developing a powerful narrative of abandonment and trauma to convey their own sense of disaffection. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and preface everything I'm about to say here by just saying this. Both of my grandfathers served in Vietnam. One was drafted, one was not. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys a little bit of family stories from the Optimus bloodline, I guess, here, about Vietnam. Because actually more members of my family served in Vietnam, extended family and whatnot. A relative of mine, I think it might have been my great-uncle, yeah, great-uncle, I'm pretty sure, served in Vietnam on Hamburger Hill, which was one of the bloodiest, most disgusting battles of the entire war. He was forced to watch as someone fell inside of a ditch and had a 6-inch nail booby trap ran through his stomach and into his intestines. He watched the people that he had went through basic training with, the people that he had befriended in his time in the military, be literally fucking killed all around him, being riddled with bullets, blown the fuck up, literally just being mangled. Watched as decaying corpses were literally shoveled and scraped off of the ground below because they had been sitting there so long that they were decomposing. Oh, and that's just a little bit of it. One member of my family. Now, one of my grandfathers was drafted. He ended up doing black operations. I guess it's kind of like secretive work. He never really talked about his experiences in Vietnam simply because he did not have any security clearance to do so. From what I understand, he did a lot of like communications and radios and things like that for the American forces. One of my other grandfathers served in the army and actually very recently told me a story about how when he got to Vietnam, he was basically forced, along with all of the fellow soldiers around him, to consistently sandbag the outside of their barracks to, 7-8 feet tall of just sandbags, putting sandbags on the roof of their barracks. Now you might be asking why. Because the Viet Cong would quite literally come out of the trees with RPGs and fucking attack them at random with RPGs, with rocket-propelled grenades. Their lives were literally consistently in danger. They had no safe moments. It could be 3 a.m. and they're sleeping. Guess what? The Viet Cong's coming to kill them. There's hundreds of thousands of people who served in Vietnam with their own stories. Many of them so disturbing and fucked up that people can't even come to grips with what they saw. They suffer from PTSD, other mental illnesses that they've been affected by. Unfortunately, many of them have turned to committing suicide, alcoholism, drug abuse, to help cope with the shit that they dealt with. But, I mean, if you read this article, none of those experiences matter. Because every single person that I just told you a story from was a white man. You're not a victim if you watched, all your fucking friends literally get killed around you, or if you couldn't get a peaceful night's sleep because you were consistently under attack. One of my grandfathers, from what I understand, developed leukemia from contact with Agent Orange, which obviously was controversial in its usage in Vietnam. He ended up dying quite early in his life, actually. I believe he was 56, 58 maybe when he died from leukemia. So they're not victims, right? They didn't suffer, even if they weren't voluntarily in Vietnam. And let's go ahead and address this too. A lot of the times, people who quote-unquote volunteer for the military really have no other options. They don't have enough education to pursue a lot of careers. They come from places where there's not opportunity. They come from families that are fucking broken and there's no structure. That's the sad reality of a lot of people going into the military. It's not as much of a choice as some people like to think it is. It's a way out. To insinuate that these people are not victims because they're white men, and instead of actually suffering traumatic, very fucking terrible experiences in a war that many of them believe should have never even been fought. It wasn't like many of them wanted to be there, but because they're white men, they are not victims. They didn't suffer. It's actually just a big fucking ruse, right? It's a big scam. Not only do I find this entirely ridiculous as a statement to make about white men not being able to be victims simply because of the color of their skin and their gender or whatever, but this is actually a pretty fucking racist article. I mean, if you really think about it, you did the exact opposite of what you were trying to do, because the whole point of this article is very clear. You're virtue signaling. You're tearing down white people on the basis that, oh, white people are bad, white people aren't good. These motherfuckers were, you know, murderers. They were baby killers. Like, you might as well be saying the shit that people said to them when my grandfathers were coming home and were being spit on and had eggs thrown at them and were called fucking baby killers for getting off the bus that, you know, maybe they didn't even choose to get on in the first place. You might as well just be saying that. And why are you saying that? Because, well, you think that it's going to get you brownie points? You think people are going to fucking like you more or something? It's a really weird thing that a lot of these people are doing here. And what this is actually doing is discrediting the service of people of color in Vietnam. As a matter of fact, I researched this. Fun fact, 300,000 African Americans served in Vietnam. 300,000. That is a fuck ton of people. The current active military roster in the United States holds 1.4 million active duty people in the United States Army right now. In the armed forces altogether, combine all the branches, 1.4 million people. In Vietnam alone, 300,000 African Americans served. This doesn't even include, you know, Hispanics, Asians, Pacific Islanders, pretty much any other ethnicity. That is fucking insane. That is a large number of people. So, were their experiences any different? You know, because they're not white people, did they suffer? You know, did they go through emotional trauma?
Doctors suffered
Are their
worse.
feelings valid? Are their diagnoses valid? Because, I mean, if we're using the logic that, you know, these white guys were basically just doing this because, you know, they didn't feel cared for, they didn't feel loved and appreciated, and they faked all their reactions to it, and they actually were okay, and they're just a bunch of oppressive, horrible human beings, right? You're telling me that that logic doesn't hold up for the other races that were also involved? Many of which against their will, too? That seems pretty fucking racist to me, you know what I'm saying? That seems pretty stupid and horrible to say. Now, the thing about, you know, the United States and everything, like, everyone says that, you know, veterans die for your freedoms, you know, they go fight wars so you don't have to, so you have the right to, you know, you have the constitutional rights and stuff that you've been afforded. Vietnam, in my opinion, was not one of those wars. We were not fighting that war for freedom, for American freedom. It was not a defensive war whatsoever. In a lot of ways, we were the aggressors in that conflict. And as many veterans of Vietnam tell you, it's a war we should have never have been in. But remember, if you're a white man and you served in the armed forces in Vietnam, not only are you faking your reaction, not only faking the problems that you endured, or that you may struggle with post-war, but you're also a fucking horrible person, too. Because, I mean, you gotta be a bad person to fake some shit like that, right? So I wanted to go ahead and end this video with some sentiments, some stories, things like that, that people responded to my tweets about this with. Honestly, just kind of wanted to share, I guess, some other views on this one. So, at FKN_Parker_ says, as a currently serving service member, we fight so that they have the freedom to say things like this. I can respect their opinion. As a citizen, I believe that if you never saw war or violence in your life, then you shut your mouth and don't speak on those things. The Act Man, a wonderful YouTuber by the way, said, bro, these anti-white narratives are getting out of hand. My uncle was shot in Vietnam and has been going to a veteran support group for years. The fuck this has to do with white people? Well, I got bad news, man. Your uncle's not a victim, you know? He was literally shot in Vietnam, but he's not a victim. Chris Raygun, another wonderful YouTuber, said, do people really not get that the military literally goes to schools and recruits vulnerable kids to be the tools of the state? with false promises and then basically abandons them when they come home. This anti-veteran trash is just simping for the military masquerading as quote woke. Jessica says, my grandfather never talked about it. He was a Marine and a paratrooper in Vietnam. Even my mom and grandmother never heard any stories, but if he saw any of us wearing a peace sign, he would get very angry because he remembered the protests and how he was treated. Sawyer Wade says, fun fact, every single Vietnam veteran from a small farm town my mom grew up in killed themselves. She was pen pals with most of them during their service. Probably their fault for getting drafted, though. They obviously wanted to be victims. James Eller said, my father served. He served as a door gunner for Medivac in the United States Marine Corps. He took shrapnel in the back from an RPG hit on their Huey. He had friends that had to do horrible things or they would die. They did once return home of their own hand, aka suicide. He rarely shares. Fuck these people. Mandu Newman says, sure, seeing my father have pure fucking fear in his eyes watching Full Metal Jacket because, quote, it was too much like what he experienced should be discounted because he was white. No, fuck this person who wrote this article. How fucking dare they? Vincent Stanicow says, my great-uncle served in Vietnam. He lost his wife and daughter. He became an alcoholic because of it. He lost some of his greatest friends he made because of it. He was lucky enough not to get PTSD. This article is overly disrespectful. You hear stories like that, and I can't even comprehend the idea of saying that these people are not victims. As if they were the ones who made the decisions to go into Vietnam. As if my grandfathers were like, yeah, fuck it, let's go to Vietnam. I can't wait to go there and just start killing everybody, right? This is the type of divisive bullshit that really just gets old very quick. Sometimes it's best to just shut the fuck up and not say anything. I've said this a few times here on the channel, and I'll say it again. My dad told me when I was young a quote that has stuck with me. It's better to not speak and be thought of as a fool than to speak and remove all doubt. And, well, unfortunately, when you write an article like this, the latter part of that sentence really comes out. Anyways, that's it for this one, guys. Thank you for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like. Subscribe if you're brand new around here on the channel. Follow me over on Twitter and Twitch at SubToOptimus. Make sure to check out Shop Opti down below. Thank you for your service to all veterans watching this video. If you would like to contribute to the charity, that would mean a lot to me. And with that being said, this is Optimus, well, not tolerating this shit, and signing out.
So there you go, Keo. That was the shit that had uploaded today earlier.
So, that's what they think, eh?
Yep.
That's what they think. Anybody's in the chat, you might as well just say one word at least before I go on just telling you a few personal things.
Volron wanted to know what was going on.
Oh, hey Kage, hey Full One, I see you on John's chat. You wanna hear something fucked up? My dad, before he went to Nam, was a doctor. He is a doctor, still currently. Still practicing. He was a doctor that saw adults and children, okay? The whole position that you have everywhere. He came back with strictly pediatrician. Not because of money or whatever, but because he literally saw children walk on landmines that had nothing to do with children and walk and had gotten their legs blown off. There was also times where he had to play truly God. That's why I say, in certain places, like, that's not...
I should conserve my energy.
Is to the point where you will see your friend Jimmy sitting on one point right here, and then your friend Tommy on one point here. Jimmy has maybe 3 or 4 bullets in him, and you can get him out and he'll be fine, and he'll probably make it through the night. Tommy here has a leg blown off, and was probably going to die from the hour. You've got 1 shot of morphine, or a certain amount of, whichever you want to call it, medicine, and you have to choose who lives and who dies right there, and who gives the morphine to, and just say, it's okay, Tommy, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, as the guy is dying and screaming.
Yeah, seriously.
That is true the horrors of true triage. That is what a doctor had to go through. Oh yes, and doctors weren't allowed to carry weapons most of the time. The squad's priority was the doctor, too. Fucked up part, my sisters weren't very old when my dad went there. So, whoever said just because they don't have whatever that damn excuse was, that one, where's the weapon shop?
It's right over here.
Right there?
Yep.
Donation, Tower Chaos, Rush, Road, what?
Alright, I think that's, no, that's not it. They're back at the main town and we're not at the town.
But there is more shit that you would think happened on both sides than you would think. That is why I have always heard of the officer versus the soldier mentality. And I've run that for many times. An actual soldier, due to the indoctrination they give you, will look at you and the commanding officer say, okay, I want you to jump off that bridge. The soldier will go, okay, jump, dead. An officer will look at the other guy, his commanding officer go, dude, if I jump off that bridge, I'm going to die. And there's no benefit to jumping off the bridge.
Yep.
I'll tell you, wanna know how my dad got sent to Vietnam? This is even more funnier. I'm gonna tell you this is a hilarious story. Because he was a physician in the thing. And he used this to insult doctors all the time too. So it's even more funnier. Well, actually more to insult the military in general.
I'm redoing my powers. Let's see.
Because, well, he's already at a base, do you know what I mean? Working at a base in general. How do I put it? And I'm trying to sound not incredibly biased as well. He basically was told, the commander of the base said, hey, you need to, weight check the pilots, you know what I mean? And if they're one over, they have to,
kick you the fuck off.
I mean? Yeah, they kick you the hell off. Well, and the guy goes, this is the direct order, correct? And the guy goes, oh yeah, it is. And he goes, so no exceptions. And the guy goes, yeah, no exceptions. And he's like, oh, okay. And he's going through them like, he says he's going through these people like no other, you know what I mean? He goes, a lot of people were like 1 pound over or didn't meet the requirements. So he gets to one guy and the guy goes, you can't do this to me. And he goes, why is that? He's like, because I am the general's personal pilot and he has to leave in an hour. And he goes, well, that's too damn bad. I was told by your boss to do this. So we got a problem, come to me and tell me that. This is where it gets funny. Okay. Next morning, my dad gets called in there. And he basically already knows what it's probably going to be because he's not stupid. He's like me, he's got a bit of a brain. And he goes in there and he's like, hey boss, what's up? And he's just like, stuff like that. What's up with you? I hear you, my pilot.
Alright, let's go.
Why is that? Hold on, let me finish. He's like, I hear my pilot got fired and laid off. Well, why was that? He's like, well, I was following the direct order you gave me. You said it was a direct order. He goes, yeah, but that was my pilot. He's like, he said no exceptions. No exceptions were to be made, that I was to do this regardless. He goes, where? Because, you know, he has the door propped open and stuff like that, so the secretary can hear him yelling at him over this stupid thing. This is where it gets actually funnier, because my dad was actually clever. Next day, basically the next day, he's like, we will talk about this with all your colleagues in the office tomorrow morning. He's like, okay. And he gets there. My dad says, I don't know how he did this. I don't know how. Within 24 hours, they created like a 4-page or something like new rules, and everyone had massive paragraphs on them. 24 hours, okay? Regulations. So he looks at his colleagues, and after reading it, and everyone probably knows what's going on, and he goes to the command officer, he goes, permission to speak freely to my fellow colleagues about this article for a section, because I'm having, I think, a question on before we brought it. The general's looking at him with his eye like, you ass. So he does, and he goes, hey, so he's around a minute. Timmy, what do you think of Article B, subsection C, and on how this is to do? Should we do it? And they're given permission to speak freely, speak their mind, which means, you know,
yep,
say what they think. You know, no sugarcoating. He goes, the other doctor goes, well, is that the point too, Mr. My dad? None of this makes a damn lick of sense. He looks at my dad and goes, sir, I need you in my office immediately. He goes, okay. Dad literally gets in there and he goes, he he's like, why'd you make a fool of me? You know, like the guy started with. He goes, well, sir, I was only following your orders, and I was asking my colleagues' permission to follow these orders that you would say to make sure that we don't screw up on what you've given us, and so that we can do our job properly, and we didn't know that. And he basically got threatened to be court-martialed right there. And he goes, well, sir, if you court-martial me, I'm going to have to file a petition while I'm being court-martialed, have you court-martialed for, because what you're doing is disobeying your own orders and abusing of your own power. Next day, my dad wakes up and he's been shipped to Vietnam for doing that. Because the general basically shipped him off to die. Because at that time, my dad said the death rate was really high.
Ain't that some shit? We have to get that journal again. Damn it, we didn't chase the cultist. We only had 6 minutes to chase him.
So, there's Vietnam stories for you, directly from a guy that wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
I need to go in more detail to some of the military is or something.
The lore of Vietnam.
Although I will tell you, apparently a funny story involving the cook there that he had on the base, one of the bases he was at. He's a doctor there, and he gets called in, and funny thing is, the cook that got injured is like the best cook on the base.
Yeah.
So, he's hurrying to treat him, because nobody wants the crappy cook there, and have crappy food. Guess what had happened to him?
So what they called him, Gimpy?
No, guess why the guy had to be treated real bit?
What?
He actually chopped his thumb off while making the coleslaw for dinner that night.
Oh my god.
And he threw it out. Ice cold coleslaw. He gets there and they're all there. He's like, they go, wait. I'm just gonna use their name. Jimmy, where's your thumb? I need to reattach it. He goes, oh shit, Doc, I think I might have left it in the coleslaw. The coleslaw's like something weird. It should be a perfect temp. That says that one of the colleagues ran back to the thing where he threw out, and it was in the coleslaw.
Oh my god.
He managed to get his finger reattached, just perfectly fine because of the frozen coleslaw.
Mm-hmm. Ain't that some shit?
Unfortunately, they had to suffer bad food for like 2 weeks while they waited for the thumb to heal. I don't know about you, but food is like super important in the military apparently. Like, you don't want that cook injured!
Yeah, well they gotta keep you, they have to keep you at least on a full stomach when you die.
I know!
At least they're doing that for you.
How much knowledge do I have, Bull Run? Are you referring to Vietnam or just the military in general? Just the military in general, or that? Because...
Oh yeah, just to troll you, Kia, I have a review for you.
Oh god, what's the review?
Since you won't watch it, it's gonna be reviewed for you.
What are you doing?
Libra, I've been waiting all day to hurt him with this. And I dropped the phone. Wait, where are you, Keo? Where's your character? You didn't go with me through the door. You didn't go with me through the door. I'm about to say.
I'm right here.
Hold on, it's loading now. Not long, but I gotta find it again. There we go. A 25-minute review for Keo. And it's about the very man for his thumbnail.
Of Phoenix Wright?
No. The other. The title.
Oh, of Hanzo the Razor? Well, you didn't know what the Razor stood for until I flat out told you. You're like, I was like, yeah, that'd be the poster.
My spells need more power.
Damn, I'm dying a lot because you took me to a high level level and I'm still like level 1.
You're at level 6 now.
Yeah, well, I'm like super dinky level. And I didn't even get my skills properly, probably.
I think on the part where that cultist shows up, we just gotta run past everybody. Well, Libra's gonna get a review too. Then he won't have to watch it.
Okay, I just saw Hanzo the Razor, Sword of Justice, and I am still trying to process this movie. You need to do yourself a favor if you are a fan of exploitation films, 70s films.
Actually, pause there real quick. Libra, this full thought I was talking about a modern day cop film.
Okay, what was the next subject that we had besides military? Just before we go to the
Whammon. Somebody brought up Whammon earlier.
Okay. Whammon or stupid?
No, what have Whammon done now?
My magic is not ready yet.
Kathleen Kennedy? Does that count?
She's already losing her power.
Okay.
Beyond losing her power.
I just wanted to, well, I'm the one who brought it up because feminism is still fucking stupid, and I don't think we ever talked about the part about Nina Sarkeesian saying, "Oh, women in tropes in video games."
She's a bitch.
She's a bitch and loses all that power. Her and Zoe Quinn. Thank you, Mike Morris starts the new Star Wars series starring Rey in the fall. Zoe for ability. That sounds interesting. I heard that made J.J. Abrams actually admit that what he made was a mistake.
No, but he threw it back to give the fandom minute because the fandom minutes got their name from him.
Ooh.
So they ran with it, but he basically threw them a bone and gave them their stereotypical answer, and now they're just running with it, saying, "Yeah, Disney made me do this without a plan." Which was the one thing that they were always saying, even though there was no evidence of that. And just because he said it, how much would they have had to pay him to say that? Because the problem is, the people say, "Oh, there's no plan," don't read the fucking novels. Because they want everything told to them in one thing. Like, they want nothing to spoil. They want nothing to be surprised about. They want everything thrown at them and then be like, well, where was the surprise?
And then you just want to go smack.
That's the modern day Star Wars fan.
Normies.
Yeah, the Phantom Menace. See, the Phantom Menace are locked with they have the original trilogy syndrome, where everything beyond the original trilogy to them is non-canon. They only accept the prequels because of the sequels, when I was defending the prequels from the beginning.
You know what's so, I'm gonna sound biased. Someone who I enjoyed episodes 1 and 3. Was not very big on, 2 and 3. I was not big on 1 even in later years.
Yeah.
But I could see when I got older, I could see what Lucas was trying to portray in the cinematography way. I just wish he got rid of damn Jar Jar Binks. And I would have been a lot more happy.
Well, what's funny is Jar Jar changed and actually became less.
Yeah, thank you, Jar Jar. You started the old Republic War. And then
You kind of started the fucking Clone War, yeah, by telling the Senate that they should have a representative from Naboo speak on, but he was speaking also on Padme's behalf, so he did have the Nabooian power, at least bestowed upon him.
Though. I mean,
Yeah.
I take it, only certain geeks would point that out. Jar Jar actually started the Clone Wars in a way. And he's only given like 5 lines in that movie. That's the funny thing, because he was that hated.
But the guy who plays him, the fandom always attacked him, and he almost committed suicide, but the fact that they gave him the role of being a Jedi instead, like the actor out of the Jar Jar suit, it's much better.
Wait, what Jedi role did he have?
They made a Jedi specific for him. Just keep going, bounce. We gotta catch that dude. I'm just teleporting, unless I have to fight, which I might have to.
Teleport your way there, I'll work my way there, okay?
Yeah, he plays a Jedi, and they're working on a Disney Plus show for him, a live action, where he is a mentor. He's a mentor to a group of Padawans before the Purge.
Yeah, The Force Awakens was literally a retelling of
But the thing is, how many years has it been since between and then? People are stupid. They need a reminder.
I know, and you want to know something? And I'm going to get flack for this again, but I've always pointed out. What was the story of A New Hope?
It's basically the princess locked in the fucking tower thing, just done on a galactic scale.
It's rescue the princess.
Did you catch him? What the fuck? I heard that. I'm coming over here. I'm coming over there. Don't get killed. You got killed. I know. There's only so many fucking ways I can do this by myself right now. I have to literally funnel these fucking enemies to. Whoo!
I'll just keep paying to revive myself. It's not like it's gonna do much. Did he just say blood for the blood god though?
Yes, he did.
Perfection requires patience.
Yeah, there's a 30-year gap in them. But,
yeah, there's a 30-year gap in the Star Wars saga, and a lot of shit does change within 30 fucking years. I'm the only one who actually enjoys the fact even though I didn't watch it, The Last Jedi, that Luke even point blank says, "Oh yeah, the Jedi Order needs to fucking die." The Jedi, he even admitted the Jedis were hypocrites themselves. Oh, but you talk bad about the Jedi, people get pissed off. Motherfuckers! That means you're supporting basically zealots.
Yep, and child kidnappers. Like, they kidnap children and indoctrination.
My spells need more power.
Like, what in the hell were these, like, what is, like, literally, what was the Phantom Menace's goal? Because they didn't get those tickets?
The Last of the Jedi, even though, like I said, I didn't watch it, I was aware of it because my friend really hated it, so he just, like, drilled it in the entire plot.
What's funny is, the thing is, a lot of people, when they describe the plot, they leave out continuity. And what I mean,
I looked into certain continuity, so I actually did some digging into some of it. One thing I found interesting was they actually used a concept that was in the Old Republic, Knights of the Old Republic. 2. Luke cut himself from the Force.
Okay. Like that's exactly like where Luke was staying. So far the only thing they did was that they changed the 2 locations of the birthplace of the Sith, but they kept in the Mandalorian, which is still canon. They kept Tython as one of the many.
One of the interesting things is that people, although it's character assassination, is Luke cut himself off from the Force.
But that was
never.
For one, hold on.
That was only in basically Return of the. That concept came up in the.
Okay, they say what's funny is, and I said this from if I was in Luke's mindset, and somebody who defended the Phantom Menace tried to fight me on this, never got back to me, for one, because I toasted the fucking argument. I said, if I was in Luke's mind, and they were like, well, if he saved his father, why can't he save his nephew? Because I was like, Luke was a young and naive man still. He still saw the good in his father. He, in his own mind, but his father, the only person who could pull Luke back was his father, because his father, Luke is not a connection to Vader's old life. What would piss Vader off is if you showed him a connection to his previous life. Luke had nothing to do with his previous life because Luke wasn't born yet. So he has nothing that could cause him the anger, the pain, the frustration. That's why he doesn't get angry with Luke really much when he fought him or would fight with him. He would just be like, oh, yeah, okay, I need to stop playing with you, but you're the one I need to kill to help me kill Palpatine. But he knew that his son could dance close to the light and not take. The thing, Luke rather chose exile than go to the dark side. In the world of Star Wars, there's really no other. Obi-Wan cut himself off, but he regained his Force connection and belief when he was continuing to meditate.
Christopher brings up a pretty good point. He does like the fact that, and I even said that is interesting that Luke chose exile rather than be a freaking Grand Master.
Well, the thing is, he assumed that he had a vision that his nephew would do something to his temple to what Anakin would have done, and he kind of wanted to nip it in the bud, but he was also looking at it from a paranoid point of view. He admitted he was paranoid.
Jedi mindset.
Yeah, he admitted he had that problem, because what was he trained by? An old Jedi Master from that time period. 2 of them, as in fact. So he did kind of have that belief to an extent. He still would always say that, you know, he's not Yoda, he's not Obi-Wan, he does things, you know, he tried to be a master, he failed. He thought he failed, the reason was...
He acknowledges that. He acknowledges that he was a failure, the Jedi were flawed, and all this other stuff.
And what happened? You know what's funny? A lot of people take issue with Yoda's lesson about failure. He still let Luke go to his failure against Vader. That failure taught him, because he lost.
And, yeah, Yoda did what basically... Yoda's fucking arrogant when he went up against Palpatine. He hadn't trained a day in his freaking life.
Who, Yoda?
Yeah.
Well, no. Body, once you do the body thing, if you just keep up with mentally, your body will stay within that.
No, I'm just saying, he's been lazy. Yoda's been lazy for years. That's why he got his ass whooped by Palpatine. Palpatine is just bathing and having a...
And the thing is, Palpatine is not even that great of a duelist, even though he knows all 7 forms of combat. See, the only 2, like I said, if you steered the course of Anakin not falling and him and Obi-Wan reconciling their problem, you have the ultimate master of defense, which is Obi-Wan, which he may know, Palpatine might know the defensive form of 4, but Anakin and Obi-Wan were known for taking those forms, and they made up their own variations of it, which is something Palpatine wouldn't know. Palpatine would only know the traditional forms. So if he fought a tag team of Anakin and Obi-Wan, it's funny how a bunch of Jedi Masters would fall, but Palpatine can't handle one who is like pressing the attack and the defense at the same time. He will falter and try to run, and they would know that.
The thing that made the final duel of the Fates, you know, the duel and Revenge of the Sith, so epic in my opinion, is you have like the tank versus the the shield. Obi-Wan's style is strictly defense. Anakin's style is strictly attack. So you're basically having a stalemate. It all came down to...
And if Anakin did make that stupid mistake and try to jump over, and if he would have jumped off towards like the bottom and went up, Obi-Wan would have had a problem. Then he would have eventually given out. He doesn't have Anakin's stamina either, or power.
But even then, I gotta say, I looked at the behind-the-scenes feature.
I did too. They did that.
They put a lot of effort into that scene because they wanted the fans, you know what I mean, to have the duel that, you know what I mean, shows what happened, the breaking of, you know, the fallout that's kind of mentioned.
Because that's the one, and that's the one. Yes, even then, that's the one event that was never in, even in when Obi-Wan's ghosts in like expanded material would talk to Luke about that event, like earlier stories. He never mentioned the fight. Because that fight, you could tell that fucking
Everyone was always wondering back.
Yeah, like how did he lose? Because you would assume when Luke first cut that hand, you assumed that was the hand that was robotic, and he just wears that suit because of some sort of disfigurement. No, you find out that he is that whole thing is the suit is a machine.
It's like a massive life support system.
Now, but the thing is, and it was Palpatine chose not to fucking heal him. He could have, and did it successfully. He could have successfully cloned Anakin's body first and told him essence transfer. If he did that, Lord help.
Forget about the Dark Empire.
Exactly, Lord fucking help the galaxy if he got his body back to that state.
Let's not mention the 6 clones thing, which was dumb.
Well, see, the problem is, the reason Palpatine did it is because Palpatine's spirit alone had no stability. Your soul needs to be stable. Oh, yeah. But the thing is, you know what's funny? Now that Mandalorian's setting up, I know people are gonna accept it.
They'll fix that problem a little bit. A little bit of retconning here and there.
It's not that, I don't think, okay, you know what's funny? The term retcon has been changed a lot. I thought, at one time retcon was like, oh,
you get rid of it, it doesn't count anymore.
Yeah, it's what we could write the character. It's basically what we could. Yeah, we write what we want the character to remember, and not what actually fucking happened. Now, in Star Wars, since there's a lot of ambiguity to certain events, you have the opportunity to tell it the way it was, like the way the character, and like no one ever explained. Like Luke didn't really know how Anakin and Vader's Anakin and Obi-Wan's fate went.
This will tie back to Libra's one question. What is your opinion of Kathleen Kennedy throwing feminism straight into Star Wars?
When she was trying to do that, it was being nipped in the bud slowly by the CEO. People were like, "Oh, the CEO had her back." No, the fuck he was not. He's trying his best, but he has to do it in a way that is professional. He has to do it professional. He can't just
and not just like fire you on the spot.
Because then he could have a blacklist on him.
Yep.
So I get what that's going, but the fact that Filoni and Favreau are basically in charge with the mentorship of George Lucas over every project right now. And like you said, all he needs is people like him that could help him iron things out if he has an idea. And a lot of what Favreau's doing comes from fucking this guy. So if Lucas gives him the idea,
I'd like to tell people, and this is I'm not trying to be mean on George Lucas's part, but this is a well-known fact. But he wrote and did episode 1 and 2, okay?
And 3?
No. 3's different. I'm gonna
No, but 3 was all him though. Still.
No, it was script writing and all this other stuff. He purposely did 1 and 2 by himself, and that's why they're kind of a train wreck the way they are. Like you
know why he did it? I don't know if you knew the understanding of why people. He even tried to defend why. Okay.
Can I finish? Now that's bad. Like he does like over stuff, but why was you know why the original ones before those like 4, 5, and 6 were different? He's a kind of guy, and there's nothing wrong with this, who will swear with a team. He cannot do scripting completely by himself. He's an excellent world builder and skeleton writer. He needs someone to help flesh it out.
That's what I mean.
If you don't do that, you get 1 and 2. Revenge of the Sith, why it feels so good, excellent, is because he finally said, okay, I'll have help.
But in one of the like in a documentary, he said that the reason why he even tried to explain why people might feel that way. He said 4, 5, and 6 were written as traditional sci-fi, where he wanted 1, 2, and 3 to feel like a medieval sci-fi epic. So basically, it was supposed to be like the way they were talking was meant. That was meant to be kind of like the olden times of.
The writing was not as good as the other one. That's because he had Spielberg and all those other people helping him. George Lucas does good in a team. And there's nothing wrong
imagine the return of Anakin.
And that's why Favreau, with them helping Favreau, why you're getting good stuff. He's working in a team. Doesn't it feel like the older Star Wars films? Like
yeah, it does.
Not like episode 1 and 2. I mean,
I wouldn't mind. The thing is, I wouldn't mind. And the aesthetic.
I mean, how it's filmed, not the aesthetics, how they're written. And
oh yeah. But a lot of people also bitching, saying, "Oh, 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6 don't look nothing like 1, 2, and 3 because of a different era in technology." Like in our people still never get that argument, you know? That it's like it's the late 70s, 77, 79. No, what is it? 77, 80, 82. Oh, 83. No, it's 83. Yeah, 70.
People also don't know this, but we only got the enhanced editions on the VHS because of the Thrawn books.
Mm-hmm.
No. Christopher Parker, I'm not saying they don't suck. I'm saying there's writing. You can tell there's. Oh God, how do you put it? That's like.
Where some of the stuff, some of the stuff could be ironed out. Like it would have been ironed out to make more sense.
Yeah,
but if we can make sense of it, but it's just like you still have to be like, okay.
What's the romance between him and Padme? That's not very goodly written.
Not by episode 2. By episode 3, they felt more like they had been.
Because he had help.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I'm saying. George Lucas does an excellent job in a group. And there's nothing wrong with that. Those were still good movies. They had great choreography and stuff like that, you know? Like, for example, the Qui-Gon Jinn fight. That's excellent. It shows an example of how the dark side and...
Oh, side note about the Darth Maul fight. You're gonna be like, okay, you'll pay to see the 4-hour cut when it comes out. Since Filoni and Favreau says we want to do, basically they said that their version of the Rise of Skywalker could justify, not only justify and have people understand the Last Jedi, but
I did, Christopher. I did, and they are good. I have the in one of the videos when I was exposing the Phantom Dude. I have a ton of Star Wars books. I have the Bane books. I have Revenge of the Sith novel, Shadows of the Empire, which I always reference. I have a lot of the older novels, and
And Palpatine, one of the things that was left out, which is I'm saying, if this 4-hour Filoni or Favreau cut, whenever it drops, everyone's gonna be like, oh, okay, this was because here's the thing. Yes, of course, you can't have a final Star Wars battle for the freedom of the galaxy without a space battle. That's just fucking given. And a lot of people were bitching at that, saying, oh, the space battle. No, the space battle in The Rise of Skywalker was not bad at all. Especially you had every ship. This time it wasn't just soldiers. Yeah, it wasn't just soldiers this time. It was all the people of the galaxy, which would, at this time around, you wouldn't just have a rebellion fucking doing it. You need everybody to come and fight the Emperor. It's really a fucking case. Well, not really. Come fight the army while you have... It's going to be rechanged to where Rey doesn't defeat Palpatine on her own. It's going to be a Skywalker and a Palpatine, which takes him down, which is her and Ben. They're both going to go with the idea of reverting the clone body, not have it unstable, have him be in the younger form, and he's going to use a dual-bladed lightsaber to reminisce Maul, to be like, you know, and he was going to acknowledge that one of my apprentices failed with a weapon like this, and I won't.
Oh...
So that means a battle between the Emperor in a 20-fucking-year-old body, between his own blood and the blood of his enemy.
I'll take that.
So that's the thing. I'll fucking take that shit.
But we all gotta admit we cherry pick, and who is glad that feminism is slowly being stomped out? I mean, Star Wars.
Why don't they just make a law that says
they already got rid of Brie Larson.
Hey, I heard Amber Heard and Johnny Depp. What happened with that?
Johnny Depp is winning.
We gotta bring that up. I saw something on Johnny Depp this week, and can you tell me what that was?
I didn't see much into it, but the court, like one of the courts, like you know how all these other courts are suddenly on, they always like, oh, for Amber, blah blah blah. No, they took it to a non-biased type of court. And he realized, he was like, no, I'm investigating this, we're going to be handling these cases further in my court where there will be no pollution. And Johnny is being vindicated from fucking everything so far. In fact, the charges were flipped on Amber, yeah. But she's in a position now where it's kind of like, oh, it's still kind of like, nothing can be done just yet.
Oh, Amber, you made the man lose a finger, that's a crime.
And then, but other than that, she's gonna fucking, it's like, people don't want to boycott really Aquaman 2, because that's more so you're hurting Jason Momoa's career, because that's his character.
That's shitty, is you drag someone who wasn't involved into this. You know? Now, I would like it if they just secretly wrote it off and killed the character.
That, or I would not mind her being replaced with a different actress. Oh, we're gonna go this way.
You could have her show up for 10 seconds and her get killed real quick, like in the Jason Bourne movie #2.
Am I the? And speaking of which, people are talking about. You know what's funny? Someone tried to really bring this up, and I was like, no, I've seen both movies. They don't have feminism. They're the stupid action that they were from the show. If anything, they got that right. The 2 G.I. Joe films. They were trying to say that fucking. Say what you want. People must really have forgotten what G.I. Joe was about. Because the 2 movies were fucking G.I. Joe. I'm not gonna fucking lie. That was G.I. Joe.
For the military.
Exactly. Okay. But the 2 movies, as stupid as they were, you know what's funny? They were as stupid as the fucking cartoon. And they got that right. Just because they race swapped one character, which I didn't like, it didn't make sense, but I didn't have a problem with Marlon Wayne because he acted like the character. And as long as you act like the character...
They got Snake Eyes right.
Oh, fuck yeah, but that's the thing, they're making his origin movie. It got a trailer before he puts on the mask.
You would be more pissed if they messed with Snake Eyes than
exactly. They got Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes the most correct way possible. The only person that they kind of fucked up in the first one, but they rectified him in the sequel, was Cobra Commander.
Yeah, but Cobra Commander's always stupid evil.
No, but in the first movie.
No, just in general. In general.
But that's how he's supposed to be. I'm not gonna defend him on that. He's supposed to come close to victory and always fail. That's it. I mean, seriously, what more do you expect from a G.I. Joe film? Especially the second one. The second one was like, guess what? We heard your criticisms, and no, fuck you. We're G.I. Joe.
Yeah, and here's the thing. People forget. Do you remember what G.I. Joe was in the 80s? It was join the military.
Because if I could tell you, literally, okay, I'm gonna tell you guys the plot line and structure for just a G.I. Joe episode.
Oh God, please do. I remember.
And this is gonna no. I'm not gonna say any specific storylines because it's been a while. But I'm just talking about like if you structure G.I. Joe episode, it's the same way they structured the movie. You get the team together. You get the team together, which is the first phase of the episode, and get the first act together. Except in the movie, you have to introduce, it's basically the origin of how the main team leader becomes the team leader, which is Duke. So in the first movie, he's not the team leader just yet. So in at least in that regard, they're like, okay, we got to start from there. But then, let's see, something happens. Big ass American calamity is about to fucking occur. Unrealistic military espionage and infiltration. Now the only thing, no, don't get me wrong. What threw me off was the choice of villains, but not the choice of villains. But this would be something Cobra Commander would do. If Cobra Commander, because it was also showing the rise of Cobra Commander, because Cobra Commander, nobody knew that was his inner plan. He was waiting to dominate and take over. He was just basically getting all his pieces in place. So if the faction fell, if the Cobra faction fell under his second in the command, which was Destro, not Deathstroke, his name was Destro. Destro was like, wait, what are you doing? I'm not back in command. He's like, no, I'm in command now. You know, he's like, I am Commander Cobra now. You know, so he's like, you're gonna follow me and put the command under me, and he did. Even though at the end they both got defeated quick and got put in prison. The second one, Storm Shadow, was like, no, you guys are out of prison quick. Storm Shadow went in there and fucking took them out of prison. Cobra Commander was kind of fucked up and he left Destro, but the moment I saw in the second movie, which was Retaliation, I don't hate Channing Tatum as the Duke. Channing Tatum at the time is about as American as you're gonna fucking get for a military character.
I love the viewers on this thing. I hear Dr. Oprah will be on Obi-Wan show, okay?
Dr. Who? Oh no! You know the guy? You know who that is? Oh wait, Dr. Afra or Dr. Okay, wait, never mind. Not Dr. Afra. Okay, I'm about to say no. There's another doctor with that similar name, and you know that guy that says, "Hey you, I have warrants on 16 systems." The one who's talking to Luke? He's a sadistic doctor who fucked who tried to screw over who Afra screwed over.
Okay, but on to another thing. Okay, here's a guy. I got a question. Chat.
I wasn't even done with you,
movie, not the American. I'm referring to the cartoon one, where they literally did for the first time killed Optimus Prime. Like, killed. He was dead.
They kind of fucked something up, though. I'm like, okay. In the show, there was a special reason why the Matrix of Leadership could bring back Optimus, and then when you got to fucking Revenge of the Fallen, all they did was just say the
Not
Matrix
the
of thing could
movie.
bring him
I
up.
meant the
No, I'm saying,
cartoon movie.
I'm just saying, yeah, the cartoon movie, but I was talking about that because that's where the Matrix of Leadership comes from.
But yeah, I know, but I'm referring to the cartoon movie that came out in the 80s.
Hmm.
That one. Do you remember? It was like a sequel to the show when it got canceled.
Yeah.
That one. Where it has that epic music and you go to all the Cybertron.
And I'm fucking, I'm fucking happy that Beast Wars, the next Transformers movie, is gonna have no fucking people.
Thank you. And here's one thing people forget. The reason why that one movie was so good, the Transformers, the animated one, there was almost no people in it. Once they left,
I mean, someone tried to argue me saying, well, having no people makes sense for the video games. I'm like, no, I care more about the fucking Transformers than I do about the people. Okay, Michael Bay only is good at one thing.
Blowing shit up.
It's not just that.
Hey,
Boobs, booty, and boom. The three B's.
Tit, ass, and boobs. But here's another thing that's always something that's kind of I would like to point out. Another thing on Transformers. The Transformers first movie was a good movie where you have the humans fighting just the Decepticons, because for the longest part, like half the movie, they didn't know jack shit. And there were no Autobots there. I like the fact that they took a Stinger, a drone, and all.
What's funny is when it's funny how the one Transformers movie you get Leonard Nimoy. That's the best of the series. How?
That's the very first one.
No,
First one, right?
no, the third one. The third one shits on the whole series.
Yeah.
Michael, and it's funny how that one came from Michael Bay, but it's like he's like, shit, I have Leonard Nimoy. I actually need to make a good film.
Here's another thing about that one is the second one was filmed without a script. Most of it was made without a script.
I'm about to say that would be Transformers. That's fucking Transformers: Revenge of the I know Transformers: Revenge of the Improv.
And here's a second funny thing about the Transformers thing. Why the first one was really good with the action, they actually got permission for the U.S. military to use some of their stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think that explosion looked so good with the rocket launchers and stuff?
Yep. Oh, he does the shit for real.
I know, because when you actually ask the military to use them, they usually have like, I mean, you can't do it with no catch in your hand. They want you to promote the military in a good light.
Mm-hmm.
I can literally point to a few movies that.
Oh yeah,
that.
you know Michael Bay is a patriot.
No, God, what was it? Top Gun did that. Hunt for Red October did that. Shit. A lot of movies that have, when the actual military comes in and help, they kind of just have that one caveat. It's why Top Gun is, you know, not everybody's a complete asshole. But I do like that, you got to use the real artillery, and the real artillery makes sense how it can hurt the freaking Decepticon.
Because what's funny is, okay, the first one, you could just say, it only works because it's a generic Transformers plot.
Yep.
Just at the end, the second one it doesn't have none, but the third one has an actual fucking plot.
Yeah, the first one, in my opinion, is just nothing more than a setup piece to establish what will happen and all that stuff. But it's a damn good one. And
well, the shit was, okay, if you look at just Transformers, people say, oh, you can watch Dark of the Moon on its fucking own, and it's like, the story people have been asking for was like, just give us a Transformers movie with a story that makes sense on why they're there, and give us the full, well, at least not full, but the prime Decepticon players for a fight. They brought Shockwave, they brought fucking Barricade, they basically brought the main Decepticon force of Megatron.
In the first movie, they made Megatron a badass.
He's fucking played. He's fucking played by Agent Smith.
I mean, he's a badass. He ripped what's-his-face in half like it was nothing.
Jazz.
Like, where are you at? I wanna fight you.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny? The first Transformers game based on the Bay film is bad, but I played it on PS3. It's bad, but that one fight with Megatron where the whole city is destructible, I was like, boy, you bitch!
You feel it.
Oh yeah, I fucking smack. I smacked Megatron around. I'll pick his ass up. The funny was he would fight. I can say all I want about the Michael Bay, like the AI in just the open world when you're fighting multiple Decepticons is retarded, but when it's one-on-one, they don't fuck with you. Like Megatron literally took a fucking
Transformers films, at least. We're talking about your opinion of the of at least the first Transformers film. Because I know you probably saw the first one. Libra,
What's up?
your opinion of the first Transformers film. Do you think
What,
that's how you handle?
That had Bumblebee.
They all had Bumblebee.
They all have Bumblebee. The very first.
Okay, the one with Megan Fox.
Megan Fox. There
I'm
you
just gonna go the one where I saw the first one. I like the first one.
Where it had the box. They were chasing the cube.
That's what I'm saying. Did
Yeah.
you like how they used humans in that one movie?
It was good.
That's what I'm saying. For a generic run-of-the-mill setup piece, oh, what amazed me when I first saw that, and I think a high school or so, was like, that's the voice from the TV show when I was a kid.
Now you actually could have. See, they also did something fucked up in reverse. I actually would not have used Megatron first. I would have built up to Megatron, because here's the kicker: we all know who Megatron is, but a lot of people who would get into the Transformers now wouldn't. If I was Michael Bay, I would have did what he did with the second film when he created an original.
There's an caveat problem. That was a film that he didn't know would be successful. Remember?
Well, no, there's a way. What's I'm saying? There's a way they could have done it. Have Starscream there. Starscream will be the connecting link to Megatron.
Here's the thing. Those movies don't suffer the curse of the game curse or the anime curse, okay? It's a cartoon movie turned live action.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not going to suffer the curse of the video games or the
I think a lot of people would have been surprised and would have been like, wait a minute, where's Megatron? Like, the only time you should show Megatron is show him in the Cybertron scenes, fighting on Cybertron, and where did he go?
You know what I want? Then Michael Bay makes another one. Give me the war on Cybertron.
Oh, he's not doing that though. But the people that doing the Beast Wars, that's what's going to be part of. I guess Beast Wars, in the new continuity, not only in the films, but I guess what's been going on in Transformers, the expanded material, is that Beast Wars happens first, then the Cybertronian, the rise and fall of Cybertron.
Good. I want the war of Cybertron. I'm tired.
That's the thing. Can you set a whole? You got 2 video games with the fucking template to do it.
And the 2 video games show you it done proper. You see Cybertron fall.
You were right, Leonid. Much to my surprise, Galena and a few others escaped the camp and took refuge in Earlsun's garden. They survived there for nearly a month before the Caucasus found them again. I found some papers hidden behind the altar stone. Perhaps they will provide the answers you seek.
What about Arcady? Was he?
Shit, now I just remember what I was saying.
Apart from Transformers, you had other stuff we were talking about. Now, can we go to the place so I can buy some gear?
Did you level up?
Yeah, I'm at level 12.
Galena's papers tell a great
Okay.
Come on!
I am. I'm just getting the task from him. Okay. Oh, yeah, we ain't gotta go back to the Chaos Camp. See, what I do is I sell or donate my stuff so I can get money. But this will take us back to the where's the? Okay, yeah, we're at Prague. All right, yeah, we need to go back here to the Lauren.
Nolan or
the Norrin. It's a town. It's a city. Yeah, I'm taking us to the. Is it loading us there? Because I'm loading on my screen. There we go.
You there? Have you
you come to
That's
take
the
me to
same
madness?
picture.
I've been
But
waiting for
yeah,
I must.
all those movies are good and stuff like that. They all have behind the scenes stuff.
It's waiting for you. I don't know if you're waiting. It's waiting for you to talk to that guy. All right.
Where's the gear, dude?
I'm trying to. I think this is it right here. No, it's. Oh, let me check my map. It's usually. It's a fucking store. Did I have to? Where do I check my main map? Huh. Unless I brought us back to the wrong fucking... Yeah, I brought us back to the wrong town. I'm gonna teleport us to... Damn, it's gotta be one of these fucking... Is it Nulun? Or, yeah, is it Averland Null? Is that where we gotta go? Because what I'm saying, why I'm saying it's gonna remind you of Diablo, is because there's parts where they expect you to be skilled enough to go out there, with or without the potion. The potion is a reload tool. You don't buy anymore. Mine, once you get it, it's like it's a cooldown. Oh, what's up, Dustin?
Hey, Dustin, what's up? I'm so glad to see you finally.
That looks like the fucking dark. See, that's another movie universe they need to take seriously and start from the first book and do all fucking 7, the Dark Towers. Yeah, no, I'm at the portal. I'm here. All right, one of these is
you're
the.
Further than I am, and.
One of these is the store, I think. Anyway, what I'm saying is they need to do. No, this is our fucking. All right.
The faction.
Yeah. I think it's in one of these buildings. It has to be one of these fucking buildings.
I'm not there in the story yet, so that might be a problem.
Nope, not in there. I know it's one of these goddamn... I've bought shit before.
Maybe I gotta get further in the story.
No, you don't. No. To do the stores? Hell no. There's one last place I haven't checked. Actually, I'm going the wrong way. I think it's this building right here.
Hey, look, it's the little crossy symbol. What's up here? The Imperial, man.
That's the... This way, I think, is the... throne room. Yeah, no.
I feel sorry for whoever that dude is.
I'm telling you, I know one of these was a fucking store.
No, I think it's probably because I'm not advanced.
I'm the one who got this far. Alright, that's not it.
Out.
Expedition. Now, that's for a level. That's a level. But no, there's a store here.
Oh, fucking skeletons. I hate skeletons.
Let's go back to the portal and find out.
They're very annoying.
Wait, we have to go to Prague, right? Or... No, we have to go back to Newell because it told us to go to the docks.
Okay, Prague.
No,
I know my progress will
I went to the docks. Yeah, I went to the dock. Yeah, I went to the other city. I went to not Prague. I went to Newell. The one all the way on the left.
Oops.
Wait, are
You're
you
right
in a?
there.
You're not with me. You're in a different. Wait, you can go on your own separations.
No, it won't take me anywhere because of the story. Remember,
Oh,
I'm not where you are, so I have to go where you are. Technically, because I can't do anything. Oh, that's this far yet. I'm basically skipping around, leveling up.
Dustin's never gotten to Warhammer. He hasn't found the right one.
Yeah, Warhammer's very big, Dustin.
And there's two genres of it. Not genres per se, but there's two eras. There is the 40K universe, which is the futuristic space marine stuff, and this stuff takes place in the fantasy period.
Diversity is real in that one. Sorry, I had
False
to
suspicions
take
were
a joke.
correct. There is power.
Feminism, I mean,
Wait.
the women will drop churches on you.
Are you hurt? Oh, you're not here with me.
I'm in Prague.
You're in Prague. See, yeah, you're somewhere else.
I hadn't advanced that far, I think.
You were going with me through some other stuff. This is not a story I'm in.
I think I left you, so just jump back to where I'm at.
I'm working on it. I can't. I have to rescue engineers now. Unless there's a way you can get to me. Go to the map and just go all the way to the left. Look to the left. There's this town looking in a circle. That's where I'm at. And if it says go to docks, that's where you head.
No, I can only head to the 3 locations.
Yeah, it's one of the 3 locations.
Yeah, there's the down docks, there's Prague, and then there's Nolan.
I think I'm in Nolan. No, I'm not in Nolan. Nolan was just the one we were just at. We're on the other one.
I think I split with you.
Let me see. No, I still see your life though. You're in my. You're just in a different part of the world while I'm in another part of the world. So what the fuck? It lets us deep. We can split off like this.
Yeah, but I'm not this far in the story. I'm locked out.
Huh. Nurgles!
Oh, crap.
There's Nurgles!
Okay.
Keo, pop a Nurgle. What's up, pirates? What else does anyone got in mind?
Yep. Does anybody have any topics you want us to cover?
No, not for me.
Not for me. I'm asking viewers.
Oh, during the week, if shit happens.
We'll probably cover it on the weekends between Friday, Saturday, and Sunday until
Yep.
talk and stuff. Try to remain as much drama-free as possible.
Until we reach the Tournament of Power.
God. So when is hurricane season gonna come and black you out?
Probably within the next week or 2.
Then that means you're gonna be monitoring like crazy or something.
Mm-hmm.
And you're gonna be crutching on me like, okay, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do this. Oh, he's forking over.
Santa Claus doesn't get any breaks.
That's one time where you won't be giving me breaks.
Do you look like Santa Claus, Keo?
Pirates 10 Gaming. Hey, what's up? Forgot to put my link in my channel yours.
Oh, damn Cyclops. Well, thankfully they're slow.
Fing fang foom.
Pirates Tavern Gaming. I'm the dude that has the mask on, which technically I don't wear. That was during a parody review.
It works, so it sticks.
Sticks. And I do streamings when he doesn't. So we work around, and we never really stick to one genre unless I
Oh hell no.
play through. Like I just got finished with the funded playthrough of Resident Evil, and that was not fun.
I just ranked up to 25.
So
And
I
bear in
probably
mind
have,
you used a rocket launcher. Can you imagine if you didn't?
I still gotta finish Nier Automata Pirates Tavern Gaming, which I might do tomorrow a little bit of. Not getting sure, or I might do, but I do stream Warzone, the plunder mode, because it's funny as hell and fun for me. I'll probably be using that one thumbnail you see a lot, and I'm probably
I'm surprised you and I don't attempt to play Apex Legends.
No. Hell no.
That's basically Titanfall, but a battle royale. That's me.
Nope. I don't do battle royales. I'd rather do.
You're playing Plunder.
Plunder is meant to be sneaking.
That's true.
This is not go guns a blazing. Yeah, I saw Dark Treya, and Treya never got a figure, by the way, Christopher Barker. I did see that, and I don't think Mouth got a figure. He got a Funko figure, though.
A Funko?
A little big.
I saw the
bobblehead
Treya
thing.
had a Funko. A fan-made Funko.
Well, let's see here.
This is one game I know you're gonna end up trying to level up in your downtime because it's easy to level up. You just have to start from scratch. You just have to start from your point. Because I'm level 25. You're level. Look how fast you caught up to level 12.
Yeah, that's because I was in an area where you were.
I thought that was the. I thought that was the idea.
So I'm probably gonna have to go back to that area if I can. Do some weird, stuff.
Because after this mission, we're gonna. You got your closing statements before this mission ends. Because I gotta rescue 3 more people.
My closing statement is, no, Malik did get a figure. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought Malik got a Funko figure.
Malik?
Closing statements that I have? Not too much. We've addressed most of them throughout the entire
What build am I going for in this game? It just... Shit, that's hard to say.
Me?
Because in these games, I just go with whatever lets me pop off the fastest.
Me, since I'm probably a ranger, I'm probably gonna go for the...
Yeah, like I'm a wizard that can cover and fight you up close.
Whoa! I think I just summoned a plant.
What?
A plant monster. I think
A
I have
Papa
Dryad.
Nurgle?
No. I might have a Dryad. Oh, I can only have one at a time. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Malk only got like, and Revan only got the Funko.
Because the thing is, with that Favreau cut, they're being bought into content. They're gonna make their first. What he wants to do, instead of just having them shown as murals, he wants to bring in that ability when it's either gonna be Rey or Kylo Ren, and if they touch the item, they will see the history of that item, which means you will see the person that wielded it and
It's called item. It's called
Force Echoes.
No, in most literature it's called item reader or something.
What I was saying, but in Star Wars it's called Force Echo.
I know,
You could see the echo of the Force, but that would be one of Revan. That was to give him a grand introduction. I would literally have the vision. If anyone touches his, like, touches the mask, touches the stone, anything he's been a part of, I would literally have it to where we don't see his face, but you know that thing where he's standing over the crowd? With his, I think, when he takes his mask off or he puts it on.
It's in both the ending, the dark ending and stuff like that. And the savior.
Okay.
He revealed he was standing over a crowd.
No, yeah, have that, like, have that be one of the flashes. Like, just don't have it be coherent, the memory flashes, because you still gotta leave mystery. Just show that, show him on a space station, and then in the distance, like, have him on his capital ship before the battle happens where he loses his memory, and in the distance we see the Star Forge, and then boom, just wake whoever's seeing that up.
Put that shit in the Mandalorian.
Well, Mandalorian is focusing with Dark Empire and the, what is it called? Thrawn, the Rise of Thrawn.
Oh, well, I just knew Revan and Malik had a Funko figure, and I'm not big on Funkos either. I was just referencing that, Christopher. But yeah, so they have their own Dark Final figure. Damn it! Why does Revan have to cost so much nowadays? I mean, you don't even have a face for him, I believe.
Your suspicions prove.
Alright, I'm back at
Keanu.
fucking. So you're in Averil. Did you go to Averant to Null or Prague?
I went to the area that you originally took me just to get level up some shit.
Oh, you're in Prague. I am.
Because I couldn't advance anywhere.
Let me see if you're still at Prague, because now I'm teleporting to Prague. Simon, shut up.
Simon, I can cook you.
Well, shit.
Damn it, I was fighting the hordes.
Alright, I'm here. What the fuck? Follow me. Let's get out of here. Actually, no, wait. This is a place where we reach the Chaos Camp. We kinda gotta be here, too. Fuck it. Go back to the camp. They're not ready for. No, I'm taking us back to the camp so we can save it, or I can call it here. I just went to go get you.
Man, a lot of enemies. I pissed off a lot of people.
How?
I don't know. I've been seeing a lot of enemies while we're trying to get our way back.
You're in an active war zone. Because then I'm probably gonna lay down, and then I gotta figure out. I gotta actually start paying attention this week so we can get video ideas for the weekend to do all to fucking explain. So I'm gonna keep a fucking notebook and keep everything down.
Alright, how do I manually save?
I think it does it for you. You just go to exit because you did all this stuff, so you have your level.
Alright.
There, yeah. I'm returning to the main menu.
Oh, I'm going back to main menu too, it seems. Oh. Well.
You found another game to kill Papa Nurgle.
Christopher Barker, thanks for popping in. On Johnson, thanks Dustin. Pirates Traveling Gaming, Bull Run, and of course Kage appeared.
I got myself my fucking elven character.
Yep. Well, I'll see you all in the next stream. Have fun.
Hoo-hoo.